average age of the photographer was like 23, 24 in Vietnam. We were the same age as the grunts, as the GIs. And I think they accepted us in a sense because we were of the same generation. And to be there as a 20-year-old, I mean, totally and utterly green, you learn quickly or you die, or you get hit. And when you do get hit, it gives you a complete different caution flag in your head. You realize you're vulnerable. Very soon after I went freelance, I was caught in an ambush up in the Central Highlands. 2 weeks later, I was charging up a hill and the whole Marine platoon was virtually wiped out. I mean, in the camera in front of me. And then literally 2 weeks after that spread, I got another big 5-page spread of the ambush, the 173rd Airborne. At which point, when you get the copy of the mag the next week, that's worth a few drinks in any bar, and you feel like $1 million. You're ramped. You've achieved the acme of what you're supposed to be doing. You've got this big spread in the best magazine. 20 million people are going to see it. And in '67, I'd been wounded 3 times at this point. The bureau chief said, "No more assignments. We're giving you $500 now to go and buy a ticket. And there's work for you in Paris. You're leaving." And I'd got to the point where your nerve has broken. You're dangerous to yourself. And that's the time to quit. I mean, I think a lot of us don't quit at that point. When I left in '67 and came back to the West, I was in the States covering anti-war demonstrations and stuff. It was strange to be beaten up by the cops and the demonstrators, and they're carrying your pictures as protest. It was very hard getting work, and we were treated like rubbish. We all started to realize that we were getting the equivalent of what people had in the First World War, shell shock. Combat fatigue. And I don't think initially people really understood what it was how it was manifesting. And then you realize that you're on your 3rd divorce, that you've tried to commit suicide 3 times in the last 2 years, that you've got an addiction to whatever, be it drugs, be it alcohol, be whatever, because you're seeking relief. And at the end of the 70s, beginning of the 80s, I went back to Vietnam for 2.5 weeks, a very short trip. And it was the start of a catharsis, the start of a whole process of rebuilding a life. I got very involved in being a practicing Buddhist and went to Buddhist retreats. And at one of the monasteries I went, which was a Thai monastery, the abbot was a former helicopter gunship pilot. And he helped to unravel the agony, wrong word, the tangle. And by the end of the 80s, I'd got 4 books underneath my belt. And I was starting to get assignments again. I look at my images and I feel happy with them. I mean, I can look back and, say, I haven't done better since. I mean, I love making pictures. I don't make as many as I used to simply because I'm not quite so agile and leap-aboutable. And I'm trying not to sound like an old-fashioned Hunter Thompson or something. We were the acme of the profession. And it feels good to have been part of that. I mean, I don't regret a moment. I mean, a little less pain, please, but it was a great time.